Thursday night. Thursday night. I know everybody's going to GreatZachTate.com and confused, but we are under construction. We are revamping and getting everything together. So thank everybody for going to the website. Thank you for purchasing merchandise. Thank you for getting hats and jackets and hoodies and everything else. So it is it's Thursday night, 8 o'clock, Great Zach Tate Show. What is life really about? So we're going to get a chance for everybody to come in, hear some opinions, and get right down to it. Because when I put that video up, I did not expect people to hit me the way they did. And what I'm confused about is I need somebody to explain to me why you are willing to hit my DM to ask me a question, but you're afraid to put it in the comments. Now, one person told me they have a brand associating with me is risky because there's no telling what comes out of my mouth. And this is true. Getting on my show live, following me, is raw, is uncut, is the truth. So we don't have no time to be playing around with people's lives. We are out here making a difference. So it's going to be a little harsh. Because if you've been fed propaganda, if you've been fed programming your entire life, and I'm breaking you free from the matrix, what do you expect? I got to be what I am. So sorry if you're afraid of your brand being in jeopardy because this guy could be a pastor at 8 a.m. and ratchet by noon, and then sympathetic by the afternoon, and then at night talking about how to be romantic and have the greatest sex of your life. Yes, I'm all those things. Me, Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King, Charlie Kirk, Trump, all those different things. We are men, multidimensional, different parts and views of us, and I'm not here to put on an act for anybody. But tonight, I think it's been the greatest question I have ever asked anyone, anywhere, at any time. And that is simply, what is life about? So the comments that I received from TikTok and Instagram and Facebook was a combination of, it's to live your purpose. Man, most people don't even know what that is. It's to do God's will. Most people have no idea what that is, because for the majority of people, God has become their adult imaginary friend. They don't read the word. They don't read Kitab. They don't read Torah. They don't know what it is. So they just going off of programming, institutionalization, cultural norms, and something slick they heard a pastor say. So your life, what is your life about? So let's get into it. It is my belief, not asking you to believe what I believe, but it's my belief that you are a vessel filled with an energy that has no beginning or no ending. You're a vessel who understands this lifetime based on the programming of your brain and the breakdown of your superior knowledge. You're experiencing this life for whatever reason because the energy needed to go somewhere. It is my belief, not asking you to believe what I believe, that the sperm, as we know, is a living organism who is pulled by a frequency and energy that gives it direction. Like GPS, it knows when it comes out. They don't make left and right turns. They just keep swimming. And the strongest, the most dominant swimmer reaches the egg. To reach the egg, right? Let's think about that. To reach the egg, millions. We're not talking about a handful of sperm here. God did not give man millions of sperm every day. to just have one child. So just imagine, in 1 teaspoon of sperm, there are 1 teaspoon of semen. There are millions of sperm inside, and they're shooting, and they're racing. This is the 440 to 400. They just go, they racing. And the strongest one reaches the egg. And the frequency, the environment, and the vibration of the egg, that's what your teacher didn't teach you. This is what TV didn't teach you. This is what people talking didn't teach you. The ovary chooses which sperm, and then encapsulates and sends an explosion off that no other sperm is coming in. And the minute that choice is made, the woman's uterus is starting to collapse and make way for a birth 9 months later. Now, I'll let you unpack the greatness of God and the power of the universe in just that alone. So thereafter, you who are here today, chromosomes, hormones, estrogen, testosterone, formulates and shapes and molds and builds this body, who has to survive a very treacherous environment in building an immune system, a central nervous system, the ability to create eyes and have eyesight and touch and feel, a spinal cord. Ooh, if you get into the scientific evolution of a spinal cord, only to give birth and come through the birth canal, which most people forget that this is the closest to death a woman is going to experience besides sleep. So now, you're born, you adapt to the environment, your supreme intelligence is aware of your previous life, but you do not know how to communicate effectively where people who have been dumbed down know how to be receptive to what you are communicating as a newborn. And as you grow and become a toddler and express yourself in certain ways from the ages of 0 to 3, the adults can't communicate with your supreme self because they've been dumbed down. So you adapt and you become them. Whatever language, whatever culture, whatever circumstances, emotions, fragile situations, toxic environment, you become them. They raise you to become smaller versions of them. And then you survive. And most people who are going to watch this or hear this are adults, which means that you have overcome all kind of stuff to get here. And then they say, you have a purpose. What is your purpose? Passion don't have to be purpose. Hobbies don't have to be purpose. Your talents don't have to be your purpose. You was part of a boy band. Y'all toured the whole world for 10 years, and now you working at UPS or FedEx. That was your talent. That ain't your purpose. So what is the meaning of life? I can give you some answers, but we're going to get to that later. Right now, what we're going to unpack and review for a second is look what you have gone through to become you. Look what you have survived to become you. You have demonstrated from the beginning you were extraordinary. Why did you settle on ordinary? Why did you become comfortable and complacent with average? Or some of you even worse. Why did you just decide to remain weak and accept below average? Sleep with somebody else tell you to, or constantly being incarcerated, or addicted to drugs and alcohol because of the messages that you tell yourself. or subjected to abuse, verbal, physical, psychological abuse every day, settle for a mate and share a bed with a person who you really don't respect and who really doesn't respect you, but because combined incomes make the bills get paid? Really? Staying at a thankless job that has no elevation, no projection. You survived all that, went through your parents' and grandparents' wisdom and all that to live a mediocre life? What is the meaning of your life? Because you got two choices in this situation that I'm presenting in front of you. You have the choice that after hearing this message, remaining the same, or start unpacking. So how do we do that? How do we start to unpack, to find meaning? And why is it important to even be motivated for meaning? It is important because man is motivated by two things: fear or desire. It is my desire to put some fire under your ass to have greater desires, greater expectations, greater standards, where your ambition is greater and stronger than any obstacle that may come your way. It is my desire that you hear these words, that you read those words, and then decide that I'm tired of living a mediocre life. I'm expecting the best. That I have the power of what I visualize can materialize because I have that expectation that's going to be my standard, and my desire will be far greater than my fear. Then you start creating some meaning. You start having an objective, a trajectory, goals. You stop chasing pleasure and start creating purpose. Because if you're not helping nobody else in this world, you're just wasting your life. I'm here to tell you. If you're not helping, and when I say helping, I'm not talking about, what's the word when you enabling someone who don't want to do for themselves. I'm not talking about having adult children who still act like juveniles and ask you for every little thing they need. That's not what I'm talking about when I say helping, because that ain't helping nobody. I had a conversation earlier that it's very important when you love somebody that's destructive to themselves that you allow them to hit rock bottom, because that's the only way they're going to see which way is up. So when I say helping other people, I'm talking about through your example, through your wisdom, through your need to educate, through your daily acts, through your volunteering at some type of social forum, through getting on social media and being sociable to strangers, where you instilling some wisdom. That's the type of help I'm talking about. Because then you understand that if you have a belief in God, and I hope you do, that I ain't here alone just to be alone and die alone. I'm here to add on and give on and do something. I'm not here, I hope this is for people in the back. I'm not here to just listen, to watch episode after episode and season after season and show after show and put my fat ass imprint in the couch for a decade. Your routine is to go to a job you hate going to come back home, to get ready for work, to sit on a couch, to eat bad food, consume bad drinking habits, to watch fiction that's programming you to just watch more fiction, and you hurrying up to get to work. And some of you, which is horrible, are at work watching seasons on your phone. You just zombied out. You just, what this book says is, you just became a robot. And you calling that life? And if I ask you what life is about, you're going to try to tell me something you heard on Oprah. You're not living it out. You're not giving me no sound, concrete definition to demonstrate. Because if I got to tell you what my life is about, if somebody said, what is your life about? Don't you see what I'm demonstrating? You can clearly see. Because my character is going to tell you before my mouth tell you. Because what is my character? If you read this, you know. My character is my thoughts become my words, and my deeds and my actions become my habit. And my habits display my character. You are a culmination of your habits. Whatever your routine is demonstrates what you value. And if what you value is not more life, you go to funerals and you listen to a foolish pastor tell you that this dead body is in a better place, and you feel, I could give up on this life and focus on the next life because that's just so easy. Hocus pocus. I could believe in a mystery place called heaven and settle for not doing nothing in this life. When it's better if a bunch of people come up out of the grave and take places with you, because you're a zombie. You're a dead man walking. If you're not doing nothing, you're not adding on. You're not even taking the motivation to better your health. Oh, Lord have mercy. Some of you just sitting in seats, in chairs, letting the water go to your ankles and cankles and just getting fatter and more bloated and more disease and more medication and more sugar. Sugar in your brain, sugar in your eyes, sugar in your heart, sugar in your veins, sugar all over. So you got diabetes, glaucoma, you got heart disease, you obese, you can't walk, your lungs is ready to crash because you just sugared and salted out. But it tastes good, it feels good. So you mean to tell me the meaning of your life is to eat more things? You don't exercise, you don't demonstrate through your personal power how you want to be better and do better and live better? Nope. No purpose in life. Don't give me no answer that you have no purpose in life. You're not going to do that. You're going to lie to yourself and lie to the rest of us that you got some purpose. Look at me. God forbid the ones that got some wealth, that got some more money than everybody else, they got so many people yes-manning them and laughing and agreeing with stuff that they're just on a straight express train to destruction. Because can't nobody tell me nothing. You ain't making no money. Imagine that. Somebody could only have value if they made more money than you. Now that's sad. Because some people are so poor, all they have is money. That's all they have. So, tonight, what is the meaning of life? What is life really about? It can't be just paying taxes, going to work, get ready for work, and coming back home. It can't be social media. How much time a day you doing this? How often do you do this? How often are you locked in and comparing your life to the life of people who are make-believe on social media? How many of you have succumbed to giving up on socializing altogether because your phone is all the socializing you do? You go to social events and your head is like this. You're on vacation at the beach like this. At the beach in another country where the wonders of the world is before you. The greatness of God is right before you. Sand, water, sky, clouds, sun, moon, stars, and you like this? What is the meaning of your life? You subjecting yourself to going from being a wife. You think you deserve more because you're delusional to destroy your marriage, to end up realizing that you can't date in 2026. It's a whole different world now. Nobody wants you. You're washed up. So now you settle for being a side chick. When you left your husband, because he had a side chick. Now you leaving a marriage to be a side chick and telling me you got meaning in life? You, mister, you at home addicted to porn. Your sexual sensationalism has diminished, and that is the meaning of life. You can't have a functional relationship instead of having some counseling, instead of picking up some books, instead of doing one-on-one with a person. You say, no, it's my life. I'm good. Because you comparing yourself to the bottom of the barrel, and this, you have the audacity to tell me, is your meaning in life. This is what life is all about. Give me an answer. I hope your answer is going to educate me. The answer that you share with me, what is life all about? I'm only answering the question because it's rhetorical. I'm asking you to ask yourself, what is life all about? Because when you come up with some form of answer, hopefully you have created a destination. And when you create a destination, hopefully you will start moving to reach that destination. And hopefully, in the process of reaching that destination, you will find a new side of you, a deeper side of you, a greater rendition of yourself. Because you simply did what Zach Tate asked you to do. Sit back and ask yourself, what is the meaning of my life? How does my life have meaning? I pray to God it ain't because you're a parent. Oh, my life has meaning because I'm for my kids. You had sex. You got pregnant. Or you had sex and got somebody pregnant. Y'all was pregnant. Y'all had a child. Now you got a parasite dependent who for most of their life is just going to take and take and take. And unless you teach them how to fend for themselves, how to go out, be independent, as harsh as it needs to be independent so that they could come back and add on, because you had so much meaning in life. They watched you. Kids may not always do what you say, but they will always do what you do. They watched you and they said, life is mediocre. My parents ain't about doing shit. Let me look for someone else on TV, on telephone, on social media that look like they're living a more meaningful life, and I'll live vicariously through that. And here you are tapping yourself. My life has meaning because I'm a parent. My life has meaning because I have these two cute little dogs that depend on me and they love me, and I am their whole life. They're pets. They're also dependents. They look for you to eat. You send them out in the wild, they'll be dead in a week. What is your meaning of life? So, for close to 20 minutes, I talked about a lot of the problems and the challenges that people have in finding this meaning. Now allow me to present to you some solutions and some direction and finding meaning. Where we start first and foremost is taking self-inventory. These are my strengths. These are my weaknesses. This is what I would like to strengthen. When you want to strengthen a part of you, you will reach out to somebody like me and say, hey man, I'm going to invest X amount of dollars. We're going to do some one-on-one work. You're going to give me some homework to bring back so that I can strengthen this part of me. Body, mind, skill set. You're going to do some introspection. You're not good on doing it on your own. You're going to join a community. Hello, everybody. My name is Zach, and I'm an addict. You sit down with groups and say, this is what I'm dealing with. You go get some one-on-ones. Introspection. Let me talk. Life coach, psychiatrist, counselor. You set some goals. My weakness is I'm addicted to sugar or alcohol, and I need to get over my weaknesses so that I can be stronger to reach greater goals that reveal who the greater parts of me. I was explaining to a female that the reason why men chase sex so much is because we don't have anything to compete. We don't have to go hunt. We don't have to gather. We don't have community face-offs where we doing things where we all competing against each other. Nothing. So what he competes for is the attention of women so that he can get satisfaction and gratification from it. So men who are obsessed with sex and porn and all find something to channel that hobby, job, something that you competing so that you can get a reward and validated that you won that game, that contest, that match. Set a goal, a project. I'm going to build something so that you can be locked in on that. Because you're focused on sex, because you're not locked in on anything else. Women who just sit back and let life happen. So caught up in delusions, self-deception, denial. Don't even know I am lying. Denial. You get greater sense by being able to accept your truths. This will give you more meaning in life. Accepting new truths. So let's make it simpler, Zach. Real simple. It's like this. What is your fears and what is your desires? And how do you make desires that make you a greater person mentally? How do you increase your mental? Either by having mental self-control or mental education, right? Mental could be academic. Mental could be self-control. Mental could be tapping into your greater frequency by evolving and being a greater thinker that makes better choices, that produce better results. Physically, how do I find more meaning in my life? I know that I got a physical ailment. I know that I would like to look better physically. Let me join a community like a gym or Pilates or yoga or aerobics or basketball league, baseball league, whatever physical that requires my physical participation that transforms my physical and my health. Mentally, physically, emotionally. How do I find greater meaning in life if I master my emotions and evaluate the difference between immature emotions and mature emotions so that I don't make decisions based on emotions. How do I go into my financial discipline? Man, let me set a project and see if I can make $1 million within 2 years. And if I can make $1 million within 2 years, how am I going to reverse engineer that? This is where the $2 million at. I got to make this steps from where I am at to bridge that gap. I got to have a product, a service, and build on that and take all the challenges that come with that, because that financial freedom will give me back more time to be able to travel or do things that I wonder about inside that allow me to find and evolve my greatest self. So that's mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, sexually. How do I get more pleasure so that I can have better experiences, or have more sexual discipline so that I'm not giving away my spirit anywhere to anyone, whether it be porn or people? So you have mental, physical, spiritual, financial, emotional. All together what compiles you. Then, when you are writing or journaling, or simply one day saying, let me write a list of the things I like about myself and the things I don't like about myself. And let me make sure that I'm not being delusional, because when you really take inventory, you're going to realize the things you don't like about yourself is way longer than the things you like about yourself. Now, how do I start working on this? Let me start asking the people who are close to me, hey, tell me something. If there's an area that I need to work on, what do you think it is? How do I look physically? What do you think I need to change physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually? What do you think I need to change? Okay, let me ask 3 or 4 people the same question about me, so I can take some inventory, so I can see what other people see from the outside without being sensitive and falling apart when I receive criticism. But deep inside, you know you're playing games with yourself. Deep inside, you know you need to do better or do more that reflects on you. Deep inside, you know you're a lazy ass who make excuses, try to have the perfect answers without just saying, you know what, I'm just lazy and complacent. I'm going to act like this. I've been acting so much. I'm a fraud. Let me stop being a fraud. And then there's the others that get so distracted on what everybody else is doing, they never have to take a look at themselves. They criticize in the world. You will have so much more meaning in life and find purpose if you get so selfish and stop worrying about what other people is doing. I hope some of the things that I've highlighted in the last 25 minutes will allow you to just sit back and evaluate and start asking yourself, what is the meaning of my life? And what steps that I got to take? So this is Great Zach Tate. DM me for your copy of Life Survival Kit. It's only $10. Tune in to the Great Zach Tate Show every Thursday live. There's going to be more and more content coming your way. Go to the YouTube channel, like, subscribe, share. GreatZachTate.com, Gangsta Guru. Look into what we're doing. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's big up this movement. God bless you all. And if you possess certain topics that you would like me to address, just send me the DM, because you send me DMs about everything else. The group chat is crazy about everything else except productivity. One of my brothers, very, very professional guy, lost more than $1 million, so to tell you what he makes, said to me, man, I wish we could start the book club again. And I told him, we can do anything we put our mind to. So this is Great Zach Tate signing off. God bless you all. Peace out. Love you all.